What's up, guys? Again, it's Xavier here. If you saw my last video, you know that I was like reviewing the little corkscrew I had a little while ago. I reviewed that. So yeah, today I'm gonna talk about something different. I'm gonna talk about the film I just saw. How about that? I'm gonna give like a movie review on the film I just saw. Beetlejuice. It is the sequel to the 1988 Tim Burton film Beetlejuice. So I haven't seen this. So I saw the original film when I was like maybe like I don't know, like 10 maybe, guys. But like I haven't got a chance to like see. I just saw the new one actually. The sequel. I was like the sequel that like takes 36 years. Okay, guys. So this is a spoiler review. So if you don't want spoilers, then go watch the movie, okay? Because we're gonna go through everything. We're gonna go through the plot, characters, the setting where it takes place, and the characters' relationship with each other, okay? So if you don't, once again, if you don't want spoilers, go watch the film. And I guess you can come back to hear my thoughts. Also, again, guys, this is also just my opinion, so you are completely entitled to your own opinion. You don't have to agree with me just because I say it's good or bad. You can think it's your opinion. You can think of it either way. You know, guys. Okay, let's just dive right into the review. Okay. So, my thoughts on this film. Well, it was a little like definitely better than the first one because like the first one was definitely a little bit more like kind of little wacky for me. I mean, this one had that like wackiness too, but like it wasn't really all kind of like weird looking, like grotesque kind of looking underworld being things, if you know what I mean, right? Yeah. So like what I liked about this film is that like I like how it starts the same way as the original. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like how it starts like in a similar way that the original did. Kind of like it has that same like you hear that same music like yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Like that same like rhythm, and then cut straight to cut straight to the opening scene. So basically, what this movie is about is it's about Lydia, the daughter in the original Beetlejuice, who's all grown up now. Her father, Charles Dietz, the father of Lydia, who died in the original, I mean, who was in the original, died in this new one. So, and Lydia now has a daughter because she's all grown up, and so they move in this to this town. Um, but everything seems to be going well. You know, Lydia, she has a daughter now. Astrid is the daughter's name, played by Jenna. I think the actress is Jenna Ortega. Everything seems to be going well. Yeah, she's going to school, except Lydia starts seeing flashbacks. She's haunted by Beetlejuice that happened 36 years ago. Till this day, she is still haunted. From the first movie, you know how, like, yeah, the first movie Beetlejuice was attacking her family. So she's still haunted by the fact that Beetlejuice attacked her family. Even after 36 years, she's like seeing Beetlejuice again. He's like she's like having reflections of Beetlejuice. He's Beetlejuice is showing up in like her nightmares and stuff. So like even after 36 years, she can't shake the fact off that Beetlejuice is not there. She's seeing them again. So like one day, Lydia's daughter Astrid comes like to talk to comes and discovers the model from the original movie, Beetlejuice. That was that Beetlejuice was trapped in the model. Um, so Lydia's daughter accidentally opens the underworld, a portal to her underworld, revealing all those like skeleton like looking underworld grotesque creatures that I mentioned or sorry earlier. And she ends up Lydia's daughter Astrid ends up being trapped in the underworld. Actually, she is captured by Beetlejuice, and the only way to save the only way for Lydia to save um, Astrid, her daughter, is by she discovers like a secret chant that can open the portal to the underworld, I believe, and she kind of like I like this one because like you actually get to like see what the underworld is like. Whereas the first movie, you didn't really get to see that. You know what I mean? Kind of on and off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So in that case, once Astrid is taken to the underworld by Beetlejuice, who captured her, Lydia has to save Astrid, and in order to do that, there's like a secret chant that opens the underworld. I forget how it goes. I'm not gonna say it anyways, because that would just be weird. But like, yes, she's like, "Oh, I thought I defeated. Like, I thought I got rid of this model 36 years ago. I have to deal with this 36 years later. Come on." That's what she says. Cause like she dealt with it. You know, in the original movie, Lydia was like a teenager. Now that Lydia was like a teenager, now she's all adult and her daughter is captured by Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice is true. Meanwhile, in the other underworld, Beetlejuice is kind of like harassing Astrid, kind of telling you you're never gonna see your mother again after what she did to me, after what she'll pay for this. Kind of like so Beetlejuice is kind of like out for his revenge, kind of like saying your daughter was a menace to society to me back like back in the original movie how Lydia defeated Beetlejuice because he's like Beetlejuice is the bad guy basically. He's the bad guy. So like he's like an underworld ghost thing. He's the bad guy. He's like still mad at the fact that he got defeated, and he's like he's like your mother Lydia will pay for this because like you know how in the original movie Lydia fought Beetlejuice on the climax, meaning like the final battle of the movie, yeah, and defeated him and sent him to the underworld. I mean, he was already in the underworld, but like sent him back, banished him back again. So meanwhile, Astrid is stuck with Beetlejuice, and it's not going well. Like he's like harassing her and making her feeling really uncomfortable, touching her. Beetlejuice is touching Astrid in really inappropriate ways. Harassing her, like I just said, you're not going to see your mother again. Kind of just making her feel really, really, really uncomfortable. And just not, like, happy, you know what I mean? Like, because, like, he is the bad guy, Beetlejuice. So, like, yeah. So, meanwhile, Lydia, who entered the afterlife, doesn't realize how big the afterlife is. So it would take like at least the whole movie to have to find Astrid because Beetlejuice has Astrid, and the underworld is so big that like it's like the world basically. The world we live in. Sorry, but yeah, basically that size. But like in a dead people world instead of a place that we live where we're still alive. You know what I mean? So it eventually Lydia gets help by this interesting character I thought was really a funny addition to the movie. Willem Dafoe's character plays like a cop who's out for Beetlejuice. He's like a dead zombie cop, I think, that is out for Beetlejuice. To like his Beetlejuice is like wanted. I'm not exactly sure what he's wanted for. They didn't exactly explain that well. Cause like in the movie, he was just in the original movie, he was just a bad guy. There was no like cop after him, but in the second one, there's like a cop after him, and Beetlejuice doesn't even realize that an officer is after him. So like what happens is he's like, I know exactly who you're talking about. That devil looking zombie wearing Beetlejuice. Yeah, so eventually she gets helped by this cop who's this like dead zombie cop played by Willem Dafoe. You might know him from Spider-Man, who plays the Green Goblin, or the Joker. Yeah, he Willem Dafoe normally plays the villains, but this time he's playing the hero, which I like. Anyways, but like back to the movie, he's like a cop that's trying to save Astrid from. I mean, he doesn't really know the daughter, but like. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk about the ending now. So Beetlejuice tries to force Astrid to marry him. You know how Beetlejuice kind of did with Lydia, how she wanted, while Beetlejuice wanted to marry Lydia in the original movie. Well, now he wants to marry her daughter. I know, Lydia's daughter. So basically, his Astrid is like, no, I'm not married. Yeah, no. After what you did to me, you dragged me away from my mother and stuff. You dragged me away from my whole family. Took me to the underworld. No. But I forgot one important piece of the movie. Beetlejuice has a wife, like a dead wife, kind of like the Willem Dafoe character I was mentioning, like a dead bride wife, and Beetlejuice's wife's name is Dolores, who's like an underworld goddess thing. And when Beetlejuice and Dolores were alive, like back when the plague happened, because Beetlejuice lived during the plague, um, were falling in love to each other, but their relationship kind of fell apart. It actually ended in death. They killed each other. Beetlejuice killed Dolores, and Dolores poisoned Beetlejuice. So like Beetlejuice stabbed Dolores. Dolores poisoned him, I think, and so now Dolores is out to get Beetlejuice after what he did. So like now that they're in the underworld, dead Beetlejuice and dead Dolores are out to get each other. I mean, dead Dolores is out to get to each other for killing each other in the underworld now. So what happens is at their wedding, they get married. They don't really get married. Dolores shows up and he said, "What did you do? Why would you leave me like that?" and stuff. So then we have a new villain named Dolores who's after Beetlejuice. A new bad guy who's after Dolores. I mean, sorry, did I say a new bad girl, I should say. A new bad girl named Dolores after Beetlejuice. So Beetlejuice is like the bad guy to Lydia and Astrid, and Dolores is like the bad girl to Beetlejuice. So we got kind of two villains here. Um, so basically, Beetlejuice has to kind of like, he kind of turns into like a nicer person at the end of the climax of the film because he realizes what he did, and they're able to take down Dolores, who's like the true main villain. I mean, Beetlejuice was the villain in the original film. I mean, he kind of is in the second one until Dolores shows up, and they have to take down Dolores, who's like his ex-wife and stuff. But like they're both dead, so like they're ghosts now. But like what happens is Beetlejuice says to like Astrid, bro, I never really wanted to hurt you. All I wanted was just to help. You know what I mean? Kind of like that. And like I didn't want to help, but like he doesn't say I didn't want to. Because like he's never helpful, but like I just wanted a chance to feel welcome again. I wanted to be out there. That's why I marry. That's why I tried to marry you. So they defeat Dolores, Beetlejuice's ex-wife villain thing, and well, it's a happy ending. Beetlejuice has to stay in the underworld because he's a ghost and stuff. Um, so what happens is Lydia and Astrid are back together. They're safe and sound back in the home world. They celebrate. They get along more. They didn't really get along at the beginning of the movie. Astrid and Astrid and Lydia didn't really get along, but now they get along. So it's a happy ending. I totally recommend it if you want to go see it in theaters. It's playing in theaters. But yeah, Beetlejuice kind of turns into a nicer guy, which I like. Whereas the original movie, he was like the bad guy the whole time. Where in this one he's sort of the bad guy, but turns nice. Dolores, the ex-wife, is like the bad guy now. Dolores, the ex-wife, is like the bad guy. Beetlejuice is at the beginning because he kidnaps Astrid, but like not as bad as in the first one because he recognizes what he did, and then he defeats Dolores. So yeah, go get a chance to see it. It's a happy film. It's definitely has a more happier side than the original because Beetlejuice. He's a nicer guy. That is until he actually turns nice. But yeah, I would give you a recommend. Take your families. The rating is PG-13. Yeah. Anyways, just go watch it, and also if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I would really appreciate it. Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now.